Now, the next player we want to look at is our other fourth round pick, and that's Neil Farrell Jr., defensive tackle from LSU. Pick 126. This is our original pick that we traded to move up to go get Zamir White and then reacquired. PFF rankings is the 8th best defensive interior line, 149th overall. He had an 89.8 rating in 2021 by PFF. Let's talk a little bit about this guy. Now, I did call him Mount Farrell in the thumbnail. So, of course, he's a mountain of a man. It's really hard to be moved around, especially single wide. It's not going to happen. They're going to have to double team this guy, especially in the run game. Passing game, though, he actually has some pop to him. He has a nice punch. He also has a nice little bull rush, and I'll get to that a little bit later. And one of the knocks on him is he's kind of a late bloomer. Maybe he's kind of a one-hit wonder. It took him a while because his PFF grade in the previous seasons were very low. I think it was 72 in 2019 and 60 in 2020. So he didn't really come onto the scene until last season. If you looked at the Senior Bowl, he did some matchups. Looked pretty good there, except against one guy. It's pretty much a draw, and that was against Dylan Parham, our first pick in the 3rd round. And it was very interesting. He got a little bit of ground, but not much else. So I don't know if that's more of a testament to Parham's ability or what. I see him as our Jonathan Hankins 2.0, maybe his heir apparent. I think he's a little bit stronger. He doesn't get knocked off the ball, at least at the college level, like Jonathan Hankins does in the NFL. And I think he has more of a pass rushing ability than Jonathan does. But as far as a grade, though, overall, I got to give this one a C-, and here's why. Nothing on the player. I think he's a pretty good player as it is, but I think we reached a little bit for him, to be honest with you, as far as the rankings go and need. And I didn't like having to give up those 2 5th-round picks to get a guy, frankly, we didn't need. And if you could say, well, we still needed another defensive tackle behind Jonathan Hankins, well, then we could have went after a guy like Noah Ellis, who actually wasn't even drafted. Could have picked him up basically for free instead of giving up 2 5th-round picks. And then we went off and got another defensive tackle with our next pick, which I'll talk about in the next video.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.